Hey everybody, it's Greg Harrelson here. Of course, it is that time on Tuesday where I come to the Real Geeks Facebook, the closed Facebook mastermind group, and share with you some more insights, some ideas on what we can be doing to better utilize the tool that we're all using. Kind of that commonly brings us together, which is the Real Geeks, websites, whether it's the CRM, the IDX, the website itself. So today I want to share with you some ideas around how can I make money off my Real Geeks website. I'm just going to make sure I'm pulling up the Facebook page here. Um, there we go, just in case I see any questions, and feel free to ask any questions that you all might have. I'll do my best to answer them, throughout the time we're here together. And if I don't get to some of them, then I will do my best to go back through the the replay and look at any comments and go ahead and answer them later on. So the reason why I thought of today's title and I created the notes from today's title is I've always looked at technology maybe a little bit different than a lot of people. I've always said to myself, okay, if I'm going to have some technology, Real Geeks is one of our technology that we use, obviously. But when I think of technology, I think of it shouldn't be an expense. It should be an investment. And when I think about an investment, if I'm going to make an investment, maybe I'm going to buy a piece of real estate. When I make an investment, I'm expecting to get some sort of return on that investment, some sort of rate of return. Okay. When when I think of an expense, I think like my water bill at my house. Okay. A water bill. It's just an expense. It's an ongoing expense. I guess I get a return. Maybe I can flush my toilets. I can take my showers. I can, stay hydrated. It's hard for me to calculate a rate of return on my electrical expense or my water bill, my trash bill. Those are to me what I call expenses. Where it's like, gosh, I hate having to pay these expenses, but I have to have it. But it's just I don't feel like I'm getting a return, or at least I don't know how I'm getting a return. But my technology is different. When I look at, say, a CRM, a website, I look at it, or I should say, a lot of agents look at it as, oh my gosh, it's just another expense, or I wish I could get rid of these expenses. And I'm thinking, you never want to get rid of your investments, but I understand why you'd want to get rid of your expenses. If you think Real Geeks or any CRM or any of the technology that you're using, if you think of it as an expense, I want that to trigger a thought in your mind. And that is, how could I take this technology and actually make money off of it? And that's what I've done. And that's how I've approached Real Geeks for many, many years. I look at how many leads we're generating through our Real Geeks website, whether it be through our organic search, or maybe it's buying pay-per-click leads. Maybe it's doing some social media ads. It's what my home is worth widgets. All of those things are ways that I can generate leads. And then I can look at those leads and I can figure out what our conversion ratio is. And then I say, okay, we made this amount of money on our leads. And this was how much it cost on an annualized basis to have the technology. I just simply do a calculation and I can figure out that I'm probably making 500%, 1,000% return on my investment. And it's very important that we look at it this way. Now, in the event that you're saying to yourself, well, I don't seem to be getting any return, that's no problem. If you're feeling like this is just an expense, then I want you to kind of like follow this call today and start doing some of the things that I'm going to share with you. There's many more things that you could be doing that I just would never have time to share with you in a short period of time together live on this Facebook call. But I'm going to bring up some of the things that just came to my mind as I was thinking of this particular call. So these are ways that you can make money off of your Real Geeks website. Okay, in no particular order, by the way. So I'll just kind of randomly, shoot those out to you, and again, just you pick and choose what you would like to implement. But I can assure with you this. I can assure you this: everything that I'm going to share with you, we are doing within our company, and it's also things that I share with the Real Geeks users that are in our coaching, Real Geeks Mastery Coaching. So check that out if you'd like to really understand how to monetize a Real Geeks website. But the first one that I put down is there is a simple share button on our website. If you look at just about any listing, and I think, by the way, I think it's actually every listing on our website. I'm actually going to go into my website right now as I'm speaking with you. And I'm just going to look just to kind of confirm because I haven't looked at it in the last couple months. But I'm just going and I'm looking at a piece of a listing, and yes, there's a share button. So in every property description on your website, there is a share button. Now, assuming that you're on Facebook, okay, you can share directly by hitting that share button. You can share a listing to Facebook. You can share it to Twitter, or maybe it's called X now. You could share it to Pinterest. You could share it to LinkedIn. You could share it to all of those places. So for no money, what you could do is you could go to, say, a listing on your website, hit the share button, and share it to all those locations. Now, two things are going to happen, or a few things are likely going to happen when you do this. Number one, you're likely to drive some traffic to your website. Now, this is free. You don't have to pay. Okay, I think I am back. Not sure exactly what happened there, but I went in and reset a bunch of things. So I really apologize for that. I know that that probably is frustrating on your end. So I really do apologize for that. So it does appear that I am back. Thank you for those that have hung around. So I'm just going to just continue to kind of share where I left off. And where I left off was the share button. So the share button on all of those listings, one of the things that I like about it is you're able to um, generate some free traffic to your website. That's truly the benefit of that share button. Okay. Now there's another benefit though, and a lot of people don't know this strategy. So let's just assume for a minute, because I can already tell some people will say, "Oh gosh, I never get anything from that share button." Well, I don't know that that's true, because maybe you haven't really thought of like how to leverage it a little bit more. So here's a way to leverage it. So let's just assume for a moment. Okay, assume for a moment that you're using the share button. Yes, we could get some traffic to our website, but here's what I want you to look for. I want you to monitor your Facebook page throughout the day. And maybe you don't pay attention like you're going back every hour. Just like some point during the day, look to see if anybody shared that listing with another friend on Facebook. So you're going to go to the Real Geeks website, you're going to hit the share button, and I recommend you hit the share button like maybe one a day. Just share a new listing one a day on your Facebook page, LinkedIn, Pinterest, etc. But on Facebook, what I want you to do is I want you to take note if anybody actually shared it with one of their friends. If you see that somebody has shared it with one of their friends, and here's how you would know. They would type somebody's name and it would show up in blue and it would be clickable. So if somebody types in someone else's name, which means they're tagging them and they're saying, "Hey, you need to take a look at this," then I'm going to make an assumption. I'm going to make an assumption that the person who tagged someone, they might be in the market to buy or sell, and they're tagging somebody to ask them what they think about this. So what I want to do is I'll see who tagged somebody, and I'm going to go and hit the messenger button, and I'm going to message them and just say, "Hey, I posted a listing on Facebook. I noticed you tagged one of your friends. I'm just kind of curious if you're thinking about purchasing something anytime, in the near future. I'm just kind of curious if you're interested in maybe taking a look at this property anytime in the near future." So we're going to just message them through Facebook and ask them if they might be interested in actually looking at that property. Then I'm going to take the person that they tagged and I'm going to message them and I'm going to say, "Hey, I put a property on Facebook, a property for sale. I noticed that, you were tagged on this particular listing. So I'm just kind of curious, are you looking to purchase and would you like to look at this property anytime in the next couple of days?" So I'm using the share button to share a listing on Facebook, and then I'm seeing if anyone is tagging or sharing that listing. And if I see shares or tags in the comments, I'm private messaging through Messenger on Facebook the script that I just shared with you. Those are ways that you can, that's actually a way, it's a form of prospecting. So you use the share button to see, and if you do this on a daily basis, like just share one listing every single day on your website, and then check to see who is tagged or shared to. Hit the messenger button. That's a way that you can generate leads for free. Okay. Can you imagine if you have a team of agents and all of you are doing that on your Facebook? You would be generating a few leads. You may generate a lead every week. You won't generate one every day. That's not an expectation I want to set. But it's one of these things that you can do to leverage your investment to make sure you're getting a return. Here's something that we do. And this one, we do this like clockwork. We actually do this every week. Okay. We do it actually every Tuesday. Every Tuesday, we share to our database the top 10 listings of the week. kind of like create a Tuesday's top 10 list, top 10 new listings. And we're sharing that every week. Now, here's the way that we're sharing it, because some people could say, oh my gosh, you have to build up that list every week. You have to create an email and add 10 listings to it. What do you say and whatnot? No, here's what we've done. We build a page on our website that on that page, it has top new listings of the week in Myrtle Beach. Okay. And on that page, we actually have all the new listings in the MLS auto-populating through the IDX. So basically, multiple times throughout the day, there's new listings hitting the MLS. There's new listings coming onto our Real Geeks website. So in real time, that top 10, that list is constantly updating. So instead of me having to create an email and do an email blast and have to take the time to add 10 different listings and all the links, we created a page on our website for the top 10 new listings in our city. Then what we can do is we can send a text with a link to that page and say, hey, I don't know if you saw the top 10 new listings that hit Myrtle Beach. You may want to check it out. There's a link that directs them to the page, or I can send an email to those people in my database and say, hey, we just updated it's Tuesday, the top 10 list of new listings is out. Click here if you'd like to take a look at them. And they click there, and it drives them to our website, and it drives them to that list. I will tell you this is with certainty that I say this. It is the most engaged email or text that we send. It's the most opened email that we send. So what we've done is we'll take the people in our database, we send this, and we do it every Tuesday like clockwork. So you'll find that some of our leads will just click it every single time. They'll go and look at the properties. Now I've got them back into my website. It's also a great way for re-engagement. If you've got people that haven't been engaged, so you can go in and do an advanced search filter and search for people that have no engagement, for the last 90 days. It's like, man, if we have people on our website going too long without engaging on our website, then they're just going to never come back to our website. So we don't want them to be disengaged for too long. So maybe take everybody that's not engaged in the last, or hasn't visited to your website, hasn't searched on your website in the last 90 days, send them an email of the top 10 listings of the week. You're going to see a lot of them will actually open that email. Make sure you have in the subject line, by the way, top 10 new listings that hit Myrtle Beach. Check out the new listings. And then inside the email, embed a link that directs them to a page on your website that has those new listings. Okay. So again, you're creating engagement, you're driving traffic, you're providing something of value. Now on that same page that you built, take the link of that page, post it on Facebook. Every Tuesday, you should be posting a link for the top 10 new listings to hit the market, to hit the Myrtle Beach market. Every Tuesday. Say Tuesday at 10 o'clock. You could even set that up if you know how to do, Facebook ads and whatnot. You can set that up to post automatically at that time frame. And every single week on Tuesday at 10 o'clock or whatever time you prefer, I think 10 o'clock is a good time on Tuesday, you go out there and you post that. What are you doing? You're driving traffic to your website. You can get signups. You could post that on LinkedIn. You could post that, whatever social media you want to post it on. You could post it on Instagram. Put that little link there. Drive people to your website. So it's a branding play. It's a lead generation play. It's a re-engagement play. These are the types of things that you can do to make money off of your website with certainty. The next thing that I would say is take a new listing. Take one of the listings that show up. And, let's just say that you have a group of buyers, like say, find 10 buyers every day in your database, 10 buyer leads every single day in your database that are looking at single family homes in a certain price range. Then go find a new listing that hit the MLS that is a single family home in a certain price range. Take the link off your website of that detailed page of that property's detail, of that property's detail page. Take that link and text it to 10 buyer leads every day. And when you text it, a picture of that property is going to show up. But I also want you to text this. I want you to say, hey, a new listing hit the market in your price range. Check it out. Let me know if you'd like to take a look at it. So 10 people every day find a property that meets their criteria, send 10 texts out every day with that link and asking them if they would like to schedule a time to take a look at this one. You're driving traffic. You're following up with your leads. You're giving them something of value to look at. People love to click and look at the pictures. And then you're offering access to the property. You're offering to show them the property. Do that 10 times every day, 5 days a week. First thing when you get to the office, you're going to set an appointment. You will set an appointment. I bet you if you did that 50 times in the week, 10 times a day for 5 days, I bet you set an appointment. And if we share this thing and we drive more traffic, we get more engagement, and we message all these people that are being tagged and are sharing, if we're doing the top 10 less, driving more traffic, branding ourselves, re-engaging people, getting people to re-engage, and we're texting this link out 10 times, I can assure you, you're going to start making money off of your Real Geeks website. And by the way, everything that I just shared with you is free. So I'm not telling you to go every one of these ideas, but you got to spend more money. No, you just got to utilize the features that you're already spending your money on. Technology is only an expense when you don't get a return off of it. And if you're not getting a return off of it, it's probably because you need to add a few additional activities into your work week. The next one I have here is increasing lead flow. Now, I shared with you a few ways to increase lead flow through the share button, the re-engagement, and posting the top 10 list on social media, texting all these people. I'm talking about leads that are already existing, not just random people, your existing leads. This drives people back to your website. But you can also do a little bit more SEO on your website. Make sure that you're getting backlinks to your website. Make sure that you're blogging and posting your blogs on Facebook, driving traffic to your website. Maybe building out more community pages, city pages, area pages, things like that. Build out more pages on your website. Now, I will tell you that it takes a lot of effort to build out the website like that, and it takes time for you to get any kind of traction. So if you're going to focus on driving traffic and lead flow through SEO efforts, understand that you have to probably work on it for the next 3 to 4 months. And then maybe 9 or 10 months after that, you're going to see some of those pages get ranked and you start getting some additional lead flow. That's where a lot of people don't want to focus on SEO because it takes a lot of time. So if you're sitting here saying, well, I don't have that much time, I'm probably not going to commit to doing that, then you can always go out there and invest in PPC leads. I know one of the lead companies that I use Real Leads within Real Geeks, and I give Real Geeks money to generate leads for me through Google advertising, also known as pay-per-click. That's how you can make money. And then I know, okay, if I get X amount of leads, and I contact them all, and I set X amount of appointments, I know that I'm going to make money. I know I'm going to make more money in earned commissions than the expense of the technology. Now I'm making money off of my website. Now there's a lot of people that say, oh, I've tried PPC and it didn't work. I'm not a big believer that PPC works or doesn't work. I mean, that doesn't work in any market. I'm a big believer that PPC works in every market. The challenge is that the conversion of pay-per-click advertising has really less to do about the lead quality and more to do about the quality of the approach that the real estate agent is taking towards the leads. So the lead quality is kind of consistent with Google. But what we see is inconsistent is every agent has their own strategy. Some agents focus on speed to lead. If you focus on speed to lead, you're going to set more appointments. If you focus on multiple attempts in the first day that you generate the lead, you're going to have a higher conversion ratio. If you focus on setting the appointment immediately when you call somebody in the first sentence, the first thing you do is ask them if they'd like to view the property and ask them to set an appointment with you. If you do that, then you're going to get a higher conversion ratio. A lot of agents don't focus on speed to lead, or they don't make multiple attempts in one day to reach them. And those are typically the agents that are getting a lower conversion or saying it's not working. So whenever I hear one person say, man, PPC, I'm crushing it, and then I hear another person say, gosh, it's not working for me, then I immediately ask, can you share with me your strategy? Oh yeah, I call every one of them. Okay. And how quickly did you call them? Well, I call them within an hour. Okay. And how often do you call them if they don't pick up the phone? Well, I mean, I just call, leave a message, and if they don't call me, then I'll call them the next day. Okay. The ones that I say that are crushing it, when I ask them, hey, how fast are you calling them? I'm calling them with like immediately. I mean, if it's after 5 minutes and I feel like I'm going to lose them. Okay. That's their answer. And if you don't get them on the phone, how often do you call them? Oh, I call them like twice in the same hour. I text them, I shoot them an email, and I'll call them later on in the day. I call them 3 or 4, maybe 4 attempts to reach them, text, email, or call. That's the answer for the people that are saying we're crushing it with PPC. And the ones that are saying I'm having a challenge, it's not working, it more has to do with the strategy, the approach that an agent's taking, not necessarily the lead itself. Okay. The last one I'm going to say to you is this, or share with you is this. You got to log in daily. We actually track in our office frequency of logins. And we know that an agent that's logging in every day we know they're going to do more business than an agent that doesn't log in every day. The agent that logs in every day, they can see who's saved a search, who favorited a property. They can see who was on the website last night looking at properties. In other words, logging in every day, they can see activity and they react to that activity, or they respond to that activity with an action of themselves. But if somebody's not logging in every day, then you're not going to see that activity. Therefore, if you're not seeing that activity, then you're probably not taking any actions on that activity. Therefore, you're missing opportunities. Real Geeks is a lead identification system. When we see people are actively engaging, then that means we've identified those people as being better prospects than the ones that are not engaging. But you're going to have to log in every day to see who's engaging on a daily basis. Those are the things that you got to do, excuse me, if you want to make money off of your Real Geeks website. These are the things that you got to do if you want to make money off the website. Again, the difference, in an expense and an investment is an expense is when you feel like you're just paying for something and you're not getting anything in return. It's like the electricity bill. Yes, we get lights, but we take that for granted. It's just it's just an ongoing expense that we accept. Real Geeks, our websites doesn't have to be like that. These websites can be an investment. And it's an investment that yields a return. So if you do some of the things that I just shared with you, you're going to start getting a return. You're going to see more traction, and you're going to get a little bit more inspired or excited about utilizing what you have here. So I know those are some basic tips. Of course, if you do consider joining us at Real Geeks in our Real Geeks coaching program called, Real Geeks Mastery, I go way deeper on the functionality on how to pull these things off because I have a lot more time with you, and I can archive these conversations and share with you, training videos that we've done in our office to help you, figure out how to monetize the Real Geeks website. So, you can go to rgmastery.com right there if you'd like to learn more about our coaching program. There's no contracts. It's less than $200 a month. I mean, it's a no-brainer. If you find people that are in the coaching program, just ask them how effective it is. They'll tell you. And if it seems right for you, then join us. If it doesn't seem right, that's okay. Also, just continue to follow me on Tuesdays and listen to these free calls. All right, everybody. You will have a great week. Hopefully that was helpful. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.